Richard Adatto. My passion is cars, for sure. I've loved cars since I graduated from the university. I started a commercial construction company right out of college. It took off immediately, and I had great clients. My first car was a Morgan. It was an English sports car, small but agile, and really, I loved it. But then I thought it's too slow. So I had to get something nicer, and I wanted a date car, and that had to be a Maserati. I was into Maserati, so I bought it and just loved it. It was silver, custom bodied by Vignale. Just a great car. And that kind of got me going on cars. And then I thought, I need to go racing. So I bought a Delahaye race car and started that off. Went to Pebble Beach, showed my car, came in like second place, and I went, wow, this is my life. And right now, I just fly around the world and judge car shows, wherever it takes me. I'm just really passionate about this. I've been a judge at Pebble Beach for 40 years. I was one of the youngest judges ever. I mean, the average age was 70, and here I was in my 30s. And it was kind of fun. I've done a lot of construction over the last 45 years, and I've built some really great pieces in Seattle. And I think that having your own car garage that was custom like a condo, but a collection of them, there'd be an energy there that would be very positive. You want to be able to have your own space with like a little mezzanine. I think it would attract a lot of attention. If Olsen Kundig or LMA is involved in a project, it's going to be great. I personally have worked for Olsen Kundig and have built like, art condos that was just a building for just paintings and living in. And I think that they have it down to really a science on what to do with a certain space. And I think that they can do a really great thing at Terminal 1. Why? Because there's a selection of sizes, shapes, and the setting is really nice. It's right on the water, and I think people will really like it. But the energy that one collector gets from another, they're going to be trading cars. They're going to be selling things to each other. There's going to be a place that people will want to see. Seattle is one of the leading communities for car culture in the world. There's a lot of great wealth here in Seattle, and a lot of upcoming businesses. And whether it's your first Porsche 911 or whether it's your first Ferrari, whatever your passion is. And there's a lot of passionate people here. There's probably 25 or 30 major collections. We're talking 30 to 200 cars. And it's amazing what a culture this is. People know each other, of course. They talk to each other. They buy cars together. They operate, with mutual consent. It's kind of fun. And those are the people that are actually leading the car charge. And some of the cars that they have are actually, most of the cars they have are world-class cars. They take them to shows. They race them on the track. They do all sorts of things with these cars. The car collection culture is a very deep organization. It's very private. People don't talk about it too much, but they do show each other their cars. And there's a lot of cool garages in Seattle, but a lot of people who are just starting out, especially, their wife wants to park in the garage. And, he's not putting his Ferrari outside. So there's a real need to find a great, a garage or a place that you can place 3 or 4 cars and keep it close to Seattle, close to the interior. You want to be here in the city, have a time. If you want to go to an event, you want to get there in 10 or 15 minutes and not an hour. You want to make it convenient, and that's one of the things that Terminal 1 would have for you. It's close, it's nice, and it's going to be simple. I think you get a raw shell for a reasonable price, and it'll have a mezzanine in it. They're all sizes. And it's up to you to pick what you want. But a lot of people just start out with small things, and then they can build their own collections. It usually starts out with a Cobra or a Porsche, sometimes a Ferrari. I mean, people start anywhere in their collection, and I think that there's so many interesting collections going here already. I think that people want to fit in to that groove. I look at the envelope as just, could be the price of one car or two cars. And I think that you have it and then you can use it. The idea of a customized lifestyle is what every successful kind of business person wants. Like I'm personally struggling right now. I have a one-car garage, in Magnolia, and I can't put, two cars in it. I only have two cars at the moment, a Ferrari and a Morgan, but, I need a place to put them. And it's time to step up and buy something. And I don't want to buy, a $3 million building. I'd rather have something reasonably priced that was luxurious and well designed. There's a lot of people who've invested in cars. I personally have found that most of the cars I bought, including the Ferrari I bought, has gone up in value. Every car is not going to go up in value because the market is different right now. People are younger that are buying, and they want, newer cars. Like the Ferraris that are going for a lot of money are newer in the last 20 years. But the big valued cars are still, the very rare Ferraris are still super valuable and have gone up. A lot of the older collectors have bought their Ferrari GTOs for $12,000. Some of them have paid the next bump $2 million, but they're selling for 40 to 60 million. It's crazy. And I've invested a lot of time and energy into consulting with people about these cars and have been involved in some of the biggest deals that have happened in the last year or two. I really like consulting with cars. I'm an expert on French cars. I know quite a bit about Italian cars, and I've owned like probably 4 different Ferraris in my time. So I get it. I've been writing books on cars. I started my first book in the late, 1999. I finished the book project. It was the first big history on French cars. And no one had written a book in English that people could really see and get it. And now there became shopping guides for the rich collectors to buy them. It's kind of humorous, but that's what's happened. I've written maybe, 9 books on French cars and different design and styling. And I'm very interested in that subject. My very first book, called Passion to Perfection, won an international book prize in France. And it was the first time they gave it a book prize for a French book to a non-French person. So I really enjoyed that. The location for this, for Terminal 1 is really pretty good. It is a place that was an industrial site on the water, and Commodore Way splits it from the water to the upside on the land. It's a great spot because it used to be an industrial site. It's been cleaned up, and it presents itself nicely. Like you're going to see a calm water view of an industrial neighborhood that was there, but it's changing, and for the better. And I think it'll be an interesting site. Getting to this site's pretty easy, and the road's reasonable, and people like that kind of thing. I've never seen any place like this where you have a super yacht, or maybe you have a 70 or 80 foot boat. This is not a place for speedboats. This is a place for yachts, big yachts. And a lot of the people that have cars have big yachts. And some of the big yachts, when they go to Monaco, there's actually garages in the yacht. The gangplank comes down and the Ferrari drives right out. And if you see the Formula One race, you'll see these super yachts that have sports cars that pop right out of them. And it's amazing. Also, if you do have your wooden boat, you can keep it in your garage and pull it out when needed, have the guys deliver it and pop it in the water. I hope to see you May 30th at the event. They're going to have a little rally right to it. And I think it's going to be a great thing to do. It'll be fun just to drive your collector car there. I'm sure several collectors are going to be there, and I'll just be there with my car. I'm excited about the May 30th rally and rendezvous for Terminal 1. I hope everyone joins us there. It'll be a lot of fun.